How's it going? It's Saturday, March 10th, 2012. We're going to continue on the projects to get these vehicles going, meaning specifically the Honda Accord. Get the trailer sealed and get the extended cab pickup running. That's today's focus. Right now I'm working on some computer problems. I may end up having to help a neighbor. The girl I was telling you will eventually be starting a winery, theoretically. That remains to be seen, but I may help her take down some of her stuff at her mall shop, as she's shutting down her place at the mall. So, I'm doing something. Well, I got lucky with this, taking this apart yesterday. This is cool. It's hard to believe somebody put this together, the brakes on backwards. Anyway, everything looks pretty good here. I'm gonna clean this up and paint it. That's what I'm gonna do. Take it upstairs, wire brush it, and then paint this. I'll put it on today or tomorrow morning. Okay, now for the brush cleaning. Got the drill brush all set up, even though the drill's falling apart. Well, I'm not going to get carried away with it. I'm putting high heat paint on here. I like to leave it a little bit better than I found it. But I don't want to get it in the bearing holes and whatnot. Otherwise it'll cause problems. Alright, I'm actually 3 miles over the gas that George put in, so this really isn't doing too good for gas. I'm trying to make it up to the storage unit. I'm going to stop at the mall and see if Brenda needs help with that, with moving the stuff out of her mall. Okay, I'm at the back of the mall. I walk in there. I'm not sure which one of these is the back of her store. I think it's that one over there. Well, she's got it closed up and nobody's here. So, I don't know where they went. It's probably up her horse farm, which I don't know where it is. Well, so much for that. So much for that. No wonder she doesn't make money without being open. She's got everything all set up. I can see that mall's really picked up since they dropped the rents there. No dying. They had the rents way too high for the volume. Now it's starting to fill with people. Okay, back to this project. Let's see if I can put this stupid thing together or not. I don't know if I'll get it together today or not, but I shall try. Yeah, these look identical. This rotor here was actually a gift from my brother before he turned to the dark side. And I thank you, brother. It was really a nice thing of you to do. I really don't know what happened between now and then. Anyway, it's looking good. Hopefully the threads will line up. Yeah, I knew I had some of this stuff. I'm up at the Sprint unit. Napa Anti-Seize lubricant. This should help keep it from resting together with a bimetal effect, as they all do. I also got a 1/2-inch breaker bar and wrench out of here. The last one we rented, I couldn't find them. Alright, here we go. First to never sees the bolts that go into this. Here, I got it sitting up on the old rotor. That's how come it's sitting flush. I'll pull it out so it doesn't go into the other thread holes. After I tighten it up. And never sees it. Okay, I have all 4 of them done. I don't have to do the bolt holes on this, I'm just going to do the bolts. But you can see I put it on the where it's going to contact the metal as well. The reason I do this so that it doesn't create the bimetal effect and actually it welds itself to the other metal. I really don't know why it does it on these Hondas, but I assume there's a different type of metal on the bolts and the hub, and that's why it creates an electrical current, which causes over time its sealing. Hopefully this, I can't even guarantee that this works, but I've been using Never Seas since the early 80s, and I haven't ever had a problem with any vehicles, and I've put hundreds of thousands of miles on them. Anyway, that's this story. Okay, snug them up with the 3/8 wrench. I'm going to put the 1/2-inch drive one on here. I've broken 3 sockets, incidentally, on this job, taking this thing apart. It was no joke getting this thing apart. That's what I'm hoping this Never Seas will avoid. But I also have to, I should have never taken apart that axle seal. I'm going to have to get some grease and re-grease that up before I put the clamp back on that. To tighten this, it's just going to spin. I'm using a breaker bar with the thing. But I'm using this here crowbar to catch it so that when I put the pressure on that bolt, it won't. Okay, those are tight, and you can see not a lot of Never Seas leaked out to be wiped off. You don't want to get that Never Seas on your rotor, on the part that does the braking, the shiny part there, because it'll get in the pads and then you won't be stopping as easily. Here's another problem. I had the broken cotter pin in here. I had to somehow get that hole cleared out that's got the cotter pin in it, and I don't have any electric here, so I can't do it with a drill. I'm not sure what to do with this. And get a little nail and pop it out. I don't want to have to take off this upper control arm and bring it home and fix it. I had to come up to the processing garage to get some needle nose pliers. I got some to fix that stupid clamp, which I wish I never took off. Hopefully that'll work. What I have to do is bend all these little tabs the other way. Well, that should work. We'll see. Okay, I Never Sees the back bolts as well. In retrospect, it doesn't even look like I even ever had to take them out either. I guess they don't usually come apart this easily. Okay, I put a little Never Seas on the inside of the bearing and on the spline here, so the bimetal effect shouldn't take place. I'm going to have to get a clamp for this axle because I can't get the other one to go tight enough, and all the centrifugal force will push out all that grease, so I don't want that to happen. Somebody replaced this at one point. That's probably the same people who put the darn brakes in backwards. It's got a new Napa axle on here. Anyway, I solved the problem with up here, which I may even take this whole upper control arm off, since it's not really the best. That's just not right. I should replace that. For expediency, I may just leave it like that, just so that I can get this back on the road, because I need to get some income in a hurry coming in. So I'm going to put this back together. I'll put the lower ball joint and the tie rod end up and see if I can get this stupid axle to go in. Somehow it pulled out a little bit. Okay, it's almost all together. I really don't see what's the big deal with these things. My mechanics won't actually work on these cars or anything. Anyway, what I gotta do, I gotta get some bearing grease so I can pack this before, because there's really no grease in there. I put a light level of Never Seas on here. It's gonna have a little bearing grease packed around it anyway. I'm having a problem with the steering knuckle. I can't tighten this because the stupid thing's just spinning. I hate when that happens. So I got to press that in. What I'm going to do is put something under it, jack it up, and then lower it down on the jack to push this in tight so that it doesn't spin. Once it starts getting pressure on it, it'll be fine. The upper lower ball joint, I got the nuts on nice and tight. I got to get that clamp for this. You can see how loose this is. This actually, when the nut gets on the front, this actually pulls this all in and it just stays that way. It's really a weird design. But you know, once I pack this, I'll tighten the nut, put the rotor on, and I'll just throw all this crap back together. I gotta get 3 new cotter pins. And it should be just ducky for a while. I just had to throw some gas in a Kangaroo. Thing started sputtering. I almost ran out of gas. I only put in $5, so I'm only going to make it for a couple miles. I'll probably only make it home and then back to the gas station again.